Greetings one and greetings. Oh, let me take out my mouse. Greetings one and greetings all. My name is Darkstorm, and welcome to Darkstorm Plays Slay the Princess. I probably don't really need my mouse, but I'm taking out my mouse. Ba, 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 ba. So this is a game which I'm sure many people know about. It's been out for, I don't know, maybe a year now, and this is my first time playing it. Yeah, but specifically, I have my hands on hmm, the Pristine cut, which came out today. So, yeah, I wanted to get right into that. Let me just resize this window. Playing things on a computer is kind of trippy, in a way. Yeah, so this game's been out for like a year from what I can tell. I did not know about it for that whole year. It's a kind of a horror game. Not really. This is, I'm not really going in blind, to be honest. But there was a new update earlier today. I meant to play it earlier, but I fell asleep. And I actually never joined the Discord. But you know what? Now, when I join the Discord, it'll be more legitimate because I've actually played the game for myself. The developers of this game are pretty interesting. Well, actually, I don't really know a lot about them, but their viewpoints are interesting. They legitimately said at one point, well, actually, they did say that they prefer people play their game fresh, which I'm not technically. I'll admit that. And I don't really have much of an excuse. They even said at one point that like if you can't like buy the game, they're fine with you pirating it, which is an interesting thing to say. But oh hello. But I decided I would just legitimately buy it because why not? And then I haven't touched it yet for like a month or two until the this update came out, the pristine cut. Um, you know, my I first saw it probably around the time it came out, but I was watching a streamer, Ceres Fauna, play it. Well, actually, no, I saw the notification for her playing it, but I'm gonna be honest, the black and white. of the gameplay and also the title, honestly, it kind of put me off, so I didn't even watch her stream it. But then, like 4 or 5 months later, is when I decided to like give watching it a shot. And you know what? I am a fan. Now, I did say that I'm not coming into this fresh, but I am coming into this what's the word I'm looking for? Murky, kind of lukewarm, because I haven't seen anything of it in a while because I wanted to at least feel kind of fresh when I played it for the first time, which we'll see how well that went. But hey, now the Pristine cut's out, so I am technically kind of fresh on something. So let's just jump right into it then, shall we? Sounds nice. But will it though? Now, what I want to kind of do is make an approximation of what my first playthrough would be, and you can probably guess what my first choice would be, considering the reason I didn't look into this game for like 4 or 5 months, which I told you like 3 minutes ago. So you can probably tell what path I'm gonna pick, which is a good thing because again, it's the Pristine cut. So let's get into it, shall we? Unless I just do things wrong. Now, this isn't a new thought, but would people be the most problematic part about this? I mean, we kinda suck sometimes. And especially the trees. I mean, technically, no more trees would be the most problematic because both people and birds need oxygen and don't really need a whole lot of carbon dioxide, at least not excess carbon dioxide. And the trees take the carbon dioxide. Why do I keep pronouncing it that way? The trees take carbon dioxide and make oxygen. Yeah, there we go. So I think the trees are the most problematic part about this. How could a princess? But how can a princess locked away in a cabin end the world? I will. Who's we? Or actually, never mind. Who's we is obvious. It's the people, but like, I don't know them. Do you have any evidence to back this up? I mean, you're asking me to literally commit murder, aren't you? I can't really take that lightly now, can I? Now, if I consciously came here, why am I asking you all these questions? Like, have you considered that I. Whoops. Have you considered that I literally have no idea why I'm here? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Hmm. Wait. Mm, fair. I don't like pragmatism. But why? Like, hold on. Even if she's locked up because she's dangerous. Did she actually do anything to warrant being locked up? Or is she locked up because of her potential to be dangerous? Huh? Huh? It's like it's like arresting someone for a thought crime, except it's even worse than arresting someone for a thought crime because for like a thought crime, at least someone thought about doing something. Has she ever thought about ending the world? Because like in real life, anyone can like buy a gun and just shoot someone. And we all have capability. We all have fingers and opposable thumbs. We are capable of carrying a gun and just shooting someone. So, but this is like arresting someone for being capable of shooting someone when they haven't even thought about shooting someone. Who hired me? No, I'm not gonna judge that one. Uh, can't someone else do this? Who did? That sounds ominous. Like, in what way am I the only one who can pull this off? No, I don't feel like making these choices. Reward. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job? I need information, Mr. Narrator Man. Like you're not really being a whole really forthcoming here. All right, let's go for it. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as as words, I need information. Hmm, sounds fun actually. I feel like I had a thought I was gonna say, but I forgot. This is why I have to say my thoughts as soon as I think them. Because if I wait like literally even just like 30 seconds, it's gone. Alright. A friend! This is okay, yeah, no, so I was gonna approximate like what path I would have taken if I were playing this blind. Uh I also want to get out some thoughts that I had because like I remember which is this is probably a very common thought, protagonist. But the narrator speaks about him as a separate person, and he doesn't voice my choices. So like that's the first clue that the hero that's the a lot of people don't really get that the hero is not you. The hero is not the player. A lot of people don't get that. And I didn't really think about it even after this. I didn't really think about that for like a couple more minutes past this, I think. Cool story. Actually, technically, no, actually, this would be good too, I think. But I was gonna say, technically, I probably would at least still take the blade just to have it. But things change. Just want the blade just because knife fun. I mean, still, if she's not mean, then why would I do that? I wouldn't have thought that. And I'm not saying that because I know the game. I'm saying that because she doesn't sound I don't really get that she sounds dangerous like that. Um just checking on check checking check yeah, no that's oh wait, no, that sounds a little bit sassy. Mm, that is the task at hand, I think, kind of. No. No. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Uh, fair enough. Let's just do something. Why not? She's kind of trained up. What's she gonna do? This guy makes sense. Uh-huh. Actually, hold on a second. I just realized. Hold on a second. Alright, so that's the one downside of recording something straight off my computer is I can't I don't really think I can actually like monitor in OBS. I mean, I can, but well, you won't hear anything wrong. But if I change this to monitor and output, it might not be good for my ears because wait, actually, I don't hear anything different. Huh. Okay, scratch that. I can't monitor it at all. Huh. So I have no idea if anything's wrong with it or not, actually. Which is still not ideal. But at least you should hear it right now. I set an I set an audio channel for it, and I do see the bars moving. So it's here. It should be here at least. Yeah, I'll probably edit in the soundtrack in the earlier part of the video.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Although, actually, I'd be editing in the the music, but not the narrator's voice. Maybe I'll have to like, I don't know, I'll have to like, maybe I'll just completely replay the game, at least up to this point. I'll see how it goes if I see the thing.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
You coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
That's a literal way of looking at it, I guess. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
You know, when you're chained up, you should probably exercise a bit more humility.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
That actually reminds me of someone else. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
You know, that's actually a fair point. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
You know, actually,
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
okay, that face might be a little bit unsettling.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
Too long, apparently.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Not really. Uh, hmm. I've been told enough. No, I really haven't. But at the same time, I was hoping you'd tell me. I'm not sure why she would. Like, if she was actually that dangerous, then I'm not sure why she'd be keen on sharing that information instead of trying to get herself freed. Have their reason for keeping information secret from me. No. I mean, yes, but no. I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them. I'm not entirely certain I would say that. I mean, sort of. I can actually see you.
Princess hesitates before responding.
What is she gonna do if I let her out?
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Well, if she's at least thinking about that, she's doing a better job than you.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Okay.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Correct.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either.
Nope.
Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She does say killing each other instead of just saying that I would kill her.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Hero's my man.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
I don't know what I think I want to hear, actually.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
That is a fair point.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
And yours is?
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
This part specifically. Well, this part could be a bit of manipulation at the very least.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
We don't know what her ruling style is. In fact, she's a princess, not even the queen. So there's someone above her that makes it that she's not top of the. She doesn't make decisions. That's what I'm trying to say. How would I get you out of
You
here?
can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's
Nope.
a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Alright.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Okay, that sounds condescending.
You know why you're here.
But better you than her. Than him, I mean. Let's go for it. Why not?
Oh, you have have to be kidding me.
What? She's pretty.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
That's unfortunate.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Maybe. I doubt it.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
That is a good point. I have any ideas besides cutting you out of here? Yeah, that doesn't sound very
That
pleasant.
would be fine. I can lose an arm.
That's pretty,
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
a fair point, I guess.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else
Hey,
here?
what about, what are we doing? What's going on here?
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Shut up.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
This is rigged.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
I don't play by your rules.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Not so sure about that.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Seems like it.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I mean, I would not like cutting into flesh, but if it works, it works.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The
Unpleasant.
blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it.
I'm
Before
kinda
long,
looking
you're able
down.
to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
I looked up.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her
That is kind
bindings,
of
the princess
suspect.
turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Oh, look at the dagger. Look, it's bloody now.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank
That
you.
is
Now let's get out of here.
whatever you say, boss lady.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Sounds ominous.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
That's cheating.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
No, I'm not gonna watch you. I'm gonna slay the princess, 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 warn her, slay the princess, 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 slay the princess.
Stop
Warren.
that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Ooh.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I was about to get out of here alive already. Slay the princess, 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 resist, slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
But how about no?
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Make
She
what
steps
quick?
forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
And now we can just drop it and just move on.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
No, you can just drop it and we can move on. Or not.
Then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Yeah, she could have just dropped it and we could have left.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Alright, well, that's game over. Or not.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It lives. Wait, hasn't this happened already?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
I don't believe you.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't
New
trust
voice.
a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to
Alright.
agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
We have two voices.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Oh.
And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
I don't believe you. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really already happened. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Okay.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Well, it's happened because you were a sore loser.
The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
We don't know you.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you,
You sound like you're mocking
for
me.
a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I
This is
did,
petty.
you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
You're a jerk.
Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything?
You're
If
mocking
you're
me.
asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, I'm here. You're here. Apparently the princess is still in the cabin. Nope, no
What do you
consequences to
mean?
me.
Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
There's probably mental consequences, like dying would leave. I don't know. I can't imagine that was pleasant.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Let's consider both possibilities.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
What do you say again? I forgot. Wait. Oh, this button. To a different world entirely. What do you think happened after I died? If I'm in a different world entirely,
Do you think the
Alright.
people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
I mean, to be fair, she did kill us.
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
That also sounds a bit unlikely.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
That sounds like a bit of an assumption.
You're talking in circles. No,
Yeah.
I'm talking in facts.
No, you're not. You talk
Just
about
be
the
quick
princess.
about it.
The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her, and all she did was slit my throat. How was she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that,
Why
despite it
would
all,
I?
you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
I'm just gonna let Skeptic talk for me.
What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything.
Yeah, like some kind of decree. Well, actually, no, she's the princess, so the narrator probably can't give her like a royal decree or anything. Give me like a list of her abilities, a list of her crimes, basically anything about her that would actually like denote that she's capable of ending the world and that she is keen to end the world. Like literally anything, like I said.
Fine. Check your pockets.
What? Leave your pocket unchecked? No, I'm gonna check.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
Now, I would be a little bit hypocritical to say this, but that handwriting is terrible.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads,
Okay, that
"The
explains
princess
it.
will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
Why would I need a message from myself?
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish
Yeah.
I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
Also, why would I trust myself? I'm terrible at judgment calls.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk.
You're doing an awfully terrible job of making me
I
trust
think
you.
we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Don't oversimplify things. If people locked her away, can't they slay her?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Prophecies are stupid.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
I mean, it's just a path in the woods. Anyone could be here.
Yes, right. We're here because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
I don't feel like I'm getting the whole.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
That doesn't make any sense.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here.
Why would I?
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Whatever. Let's go into the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
What are you doing? You're a goober.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Will do.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Alright.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, last time I took the blade and I got, I don't know. Oh, the mirror. I'm gonna be honest. I should know it's there, but I didn't even look at it.
He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's
Sure, there
definitely
isn't.
a mirror. There isn't. I think you know what we have to do.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
That... What's the word I'm looking for? That sounds like a, It doesn't matter what the mirror would allow me to do. What matters is that that the mirror is. You didn't, like, you described the walls, you described the windows. Like, what are they doing? What's the point? There is no point. The only thing that has a point is the knife and the door. Why'd you bother describing anything else? So cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
But why are you here?
So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
These aren't minor. Go into the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
And wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Well,
I hope
I
you
will.
know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Fair. I don't want the knife.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
The weapon killed
Are you
us.
sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again? Yes, I'm sure, and I've already got a plan for that. Still with those
He does.
past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world any monstrosity your only weapon, because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon.
That's a fair point.
PG. We'll be fine. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Alright. Yeah, whatever. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Thanks. I mean it.
Alright.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I mean, no, not really. Sort of, I guess.
Her voice,
I don't know.
harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You
Wait.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna guess it's an interesting question to ask regardless of what the princess actually said, just because we remember, so I just thought, like, hold on, did she say anything to prompt that? But no, I think it's a general question.
So much for cutting her out of here.
Hmm.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Good question.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Maybe? I don't remember.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Interesting development. Alright.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Fair enough, I guess.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit. There, maybe.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. Or, no, that's not... No, I'm sorry. I'm quoting SpongeBob. As I didn't think that far ahead. That's what I meant to say. My intentions? What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here?
I did not think that far ahead.
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
It doesn't sound right.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
It makes me feel bad.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Also, if I were to do that, why would I bother sitting down? Uh, I'm not supposed to cut you out. If you didn't notice a shackle around your head is in... Yeah.
No, no. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
I don't think I want to watch.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Uh, hmm,
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though
possible.
if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
Well, what is good for us?
So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Fair enough.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Possibly.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
The pros are I don't have to think about it.
There are none.
Mhm.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Maybe. But have you considered, we can see her, we can't see the narrator. That makes her more trustworthy by default. Uh, you realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right?
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me.
Hmm.
I'm extremely patient.
You know what? Fair enough. I'm not that patient.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
Hmm. I think this would be a good one. I've been passing over this, but it would be a good question. Like I said before, I want information, and I'm not really getting information by this one actually.
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game.
I didn't know there was a game.
But sure, let's talk about what happened. Because what happened is exactly my issue.
Hmm.
If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a
Untenable
good
is a
bird and hand it over.
You know what? She makes a good point.
And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I'm not afraid to resort to violence.
Interesting.
If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
Some people might call that hot.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does she?
She's very what's the word I'm looking for? To the point, I guess.
Yes, it's almost like
That's a
she's a
phrase.
fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others.
Well, she's doing it as a self-defense, basically.
Or it's another bluff.
Hmm.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
Narrator's not
I guess
reacting.
what you said back in the woods really was true.
Okay, there we go.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
Has it though?
It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
With no information?
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
So you know about it.
A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
Make it worse how?
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
Well, to be fair, it sounds like his goal hinges on us not... I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I do know, but I can't really wrap my head around it as well as I should.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
I guess.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
I don't know. I kind of feel like I'd wanted this to be a fresh start again.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
Good question.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I don't think I can.
I won't. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Sorry about that. Alright, so now that's... Oh,
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Fair enough. She probably doesn't have a narrator.
You're looking
Or
at me
does
like
she?
I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
At least we have the narrator, but the narrator's not that helpful. I don't feel like saying that. I will give her the knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea,
I can't
say,
believe she...
doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
There's no proof that she's a world-ending princess.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
Good point.
Oh, you've already tried to take over, buddy. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
I am, actually.
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You
This is nice
slide
music.
the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Alright.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Oh, I don't like hearing that. Look
You
away.
close your eyes. That
Well,
doesn't
I'm
stop
taking
you
my
from
headphones a little bit
hearing
out of my
every
ears because I don't
grisly
really want to,
beat.
like,
The
hear
splitting
the
of skin,
noises. I don't
the
really
wet
want to think
mulching
about
of
the
severed
noises. I'm
veins,
just
the
gonna let
grinding of
this
metal against
play out a
bone.
bit, I guess.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Good question.
Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
Maybe.
And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There is a slow and fleshy tear. Hard to fake that.
Ew. I still heard that.
This is worse than watching.
Maybe.
And yet our eyes are still closed. Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the
I
clattering
put
of
my
chains
headphones
as they
forwardly
drop
back on
along
my
with
head
it.
again.
I think you can open your eyes now.
I guess.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's
How are we
eyes
gonna do
stare
that?
up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
I mean, technically she saved the world, I guess.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she? I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
Sounds like a good idea.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward. Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle? I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that. Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
Fair enough. However,
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
I'm going to save. Because I want to see something.
Fine, but if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
Fair enough.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here. The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
Open the door and accept your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
That's not pleasant.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
Yeah, we could.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward?
It sounds like the world is ended.
This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it.
This isn't bliss. This is devastation.
Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
No, it's not. It's not best for me.
Like hell it is. What's done
There we
is
go.
done. And there's no going back now.
What if I hit load? I'm kidding. Or am I?
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
I'm being railroaded.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win. We
What do you
still
suggest then?
have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over. He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
I'm just in one room. It's not very blissful. I don't want to die again.
That's great. Congratulations. You've earned it. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
Not really.
He's just saying things. The voice's protestations fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence.
I mean, I'm listening. I just can't really
Though
go through
words
with
like
it.
eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift. You simply exist. Happy. Forever.
I'm not happy. I'm just a coward.
No, you stop that. Stop all this nonsense. You really don't want to be happy, do you?
Have a voice ruin your happy ending?
You know what you have to do. If it makes it easier for you, I can do it. Let me have it.
Alright, fine.
Alright. I'll make this quick. You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
I mean, that's not the point. You're kind of getting pretty self-centered by saying that's the point, but alright.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
Good point.
I don't have to answer that.
That's suspicious.
That's all we needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fine. The little voice raises the pristine blade to your throat and cuts it open. You rapidly bleed out and then you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
I don't, no.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
The case. I knew it.
You're on a path in the woods. See?
Ooh.
All done. That wasn't so bad, was it, buddy?
Wait, do I already have the knife? What is it? Yeah, no. I was talking to people on Reddit. We knew that this is how we'd get to this point.
But it was so bad. I don't
The broken.
dying. I don't like being cold and alone in the dark.
Alright, so yeah, like I was saying, this is the pristine cut. This is new to me. I have no idea what's going on here.
I don't think anybody likes dying, but hey, at least it's over. We got better. And now we can move on. Things will work out this time. I know it.
I guess. Actually, hold on. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't skip anything by accident. So we've got the voice of the hero, the voice of the broken, and the voice of the skeptic.
For all we know, we'll have to die hundreds of times to get to the bottom of things. Maybe even thousands. He needs to toughen up. Toughen up?
Mm.
You're both freaks. I'm normal. A normal person gets traumatized from
Yeah, see?
dying.
That's what I was talking about.
And from having to listen to someone cut her own head off. Those sounds are still echoing in my ears.
Hmm.
Hold on, did you say thousands? How can it possibly take us thousands of lives to find a way out of it? Obviously, we need a large sample size in order to figure out our optimal plan. We need statistical significance.
Skeptic, I don't really like how you said that.
I'll have you know that my reality is not a data point in your misguided attempt at an experiment.
Yeah, he's got a good point there. Let's try and do this in as few runs as possible. Thanks.
You've clearly already been here before, and judging by how deranged you all are, you've already been here more than once. I'll spare you my full introduction, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities. Not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
He has kind of a point. Should we talk about how we still have the blade? We've never started with the blade before. Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed.
Huh. I hadn't actually noticed. Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
Should it feel natural?
Holding a weapon shouldn't feel so natural. It's proof that we're being guided by an unfeeling lunatic. We need to try talking to her.
Does he mean me or the narrator? Probably the narrator.
Oh, should we talk about our feelings?
Or the
That'll
skeptic.
get us nowhere. Trust me. They're too easy for her to manipulate, too illogical. We can't puzzle our way out of things if we listen to our heart.
Is this about puzzling our way out of things?
I don't think I even need to comment on that. What a sorry, sorry voice you are.
What did he say again? I kind of forgot half the thing. I mean, in the face of manipulation, sure, fair. But like, is she really manipulating us that much? It's really just the narrator that's manipulating us.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. How come we didn't bring our own weapon? She died last time, and the way you decided to thank us was locking us away in a happiness void forever.
So I didn't mishear you earlier. That doesn't make any sense, though. She's not supposed to be suicidal. More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
It wasn't a very good
We
reward.
weren't satisfied with your happy little prison.
Hmm.
But it has happy right there in the name.
If I name something the whimsical guillotine, is that gonna make anyone... whatever.
It wasn't actually very happy. Well, what's done is done and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
That's the plan. Toss your weapon into the woods. That's an interesting choice, but I'm not sure how keen I am to take it. Alright, no way out but through. Let's go see her.
You stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side, I think you already know what waits for you within.
This bridge doesn't look safe.
It's dreary, but of course it is. We're dreary, and so is she.
I don't like this bridge. I don't like this island.
There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
Is that like the marriage title?
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that.
Proceed into the cabin.
Every surface of
Oh.
the cabin is draped in chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world.
That's, interesting.
There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits.
Okay.
Huh. That mirror's back again. Why? What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
I see the mirror. Although, it's the same mirror as before. It doesn't really fit with the aesthetic. It doesn't fit.
It doesn't matter. What are we going to do, look at ourselves? I've had enough introspection.
Oh, okay, Downer.
But it does matter. It's obviously important. It has to be. Otherwise it wouldn't be here.
There were a lot of gallows outside, but they weren't important. Or were they?
I'm not going to waste time arguing with you. Just get to the basement, okay? The door's on the other side of the room. Then, I guess there's nowhere for us to go but forward.
Okay.
You step out onto the floor.
Wait,
Or what should have been a floor.
what?
Should have been?
We're gonna fall through.
Yes, unfortunately. You realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal.
Uh-oh.
There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
Okay.
She's
What?
bringing us back to her.
That's one way to say it.
Or we just happened to fall through an unstable floor. She's a prisoner here. How much agency do you think she has?
More than you'd like, I'm sure.
Ominous.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks
Oh.
digging into your muscle.
That wasn't... no, oh.
You
That is
find
not
yourself
pleasant.
suspended in what appears to be
Ew.
a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor.
That's not fun.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
One problem. I am stuck. I am also left-handed. Well, it's not really a problem, but I wasn't expecting it. Especially since my mouse icon looks to be a right hand holding the knife.
As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Hello there. Do you mind helping me down?
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
That doesn't look pleasant. Attack her. How would I attack her? I'm supposed to be sorry, right? Interesting. I think I'm just going to Follow skeptic's lead.
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift,
Ow.
tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance
Oh,
in
they're
your eyes
rusting?
as the
Oh.
chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you.
Oh, that's not good.
As your vision comes back into focus,
Oh.
your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows.
Oh. Look at that.
The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
That's not good.
So much for talking it out. Doesn't seem like she's too interested, does it?
I mean, we didn't say anything first, so
We still
hold
have
on.
that blade. Maybe there's something we can do to get out of this.
What good would it do us? We should have gotten rid of it. She'll never trust us now. Not after everything we've done.
We didn't do anything to be. What happened to you?
Nothing happened. I think I've always been like this. Outside of everything. A helpless observer to the things that are done to me.
Huh.
The only difference is that my eyes are finally open.
What do you mean by that?
The body
Wait, no,
takes
stop.
another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
Wait, what? What?
The poor thing. She thinks it's easier to be detached. But buried pain is still pain, whether she knows it or not.
Wait, so is he saying her body is acting separately from her thoughts and wishes? What?
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
That's what I used to think. But time alone has taught me the truth. I'm not my body. I'm just the thing that watches it.
Well, I guess if it's moving without your head, then maybe that kind of works.
There's so much pain that comes from tricking yourself into thinking you have a choice. But none of us have choices. And knowing that has made me feel so... free.
But what?
Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward.
Ow.
Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
Okay, maybe...
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is
Are we
becoming
done?
unbearable.
You might be done.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
She's right. We're trapped in a cycle, and I think it's too late for us to get out.
We don't know about that. May kind of. Let's see. I'm setting up to fail. I can't make choices strung up like this, and you're refusing me. Us choosing the same moves every time we play isn't an indictment of anyone's free will. It's just how things happen to play out. I could have thrown away that knife in the woods if I wanted to, but I chose to come here with it. What was I supposed to have done? Did you want me to carry your severed head out of the cabin with me? I thought you were dead. Please just stop walking forward. I'm going to die if you don't. Say nothing. There's two things I kind of want to say. Well, actually, I want to say all three of these, but I feel like I don't have much time. This is the one that I think is, yeah.
That is what I wanted, but you didn't do it. And I don't think you could have done it. The walls are what the walls are. So give in with me. None of this is up to us.
I mean, I could have chosen, but like, yeah, in that situation, I think you're dead. What would be the point of carrying your head out?
She steps
Uh-oh.
forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air. I don't think we can hold on to you much longer.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Were their voices keeping me there?
I think we're about to break.
Possibly.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
Uh-oh. You're falling. The world is spinning. And then you hit the ground, your body light in a way that is sickeningly wrong. You roll to a stop. The sound of rattling chains and a heavy thud as the rest of what was once you falls to the ground, somewhere nearby. Wait, hold on. Look at the icon. You are unable to take action, unable to defend yourself, unable to even look around as the princess's body steps toward you, one slow, rhythmic step at a time. After another, I mean. Ew. It stoops down to pick you up, and then a wait, what?
And now, the cut.
It strikes true and pop in the butt. They defend each other in a maelstrom of chains and hooks and feathers and blood. What? Okay. Fighting their way deeper into the shadows until all you're left to witness are the sounds of violence.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
Not even a little. I didn't let go. You ripped my head off. You didn't cut yourself. Wait, you didn't cut yourself free. My body is still the one with the knife. Doesn't that mean this is different? Doesn't that mean I broke the pattern? This isn't nicer. I'm a severed head. That would be the end of me. I guess. No.
My body ripped your body's head off. I didn't have anything to do with it.
I mean, I guess.
You get it. It's not like you're responsible for what your body is doing to mine now. You and I just watch, like we've been doing since the beginning.
No, I haven't been just watching. And so you and the princess watch as your bodies weave in and out of the shadows, performing their lethal dance. This isn't no,
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
no. The movement is gorgeous, primal, uninhibited, steel crashing against steel, and
It's all going to come to a head soon.
I see what you did there.
Head.
And at last, the climax plays out. Your body, wreathed in chains and shadows, makes its final move, and so does hers. Chains, chains shatters, spine and blade pierces heart.
I guess I'll see you next time.
I guess. Both hers and yours collapse, their dance complete. Blood drips from the princess's mouth and she coughs.
It's cold, but that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
I disagree. Huh. You do not get the chance to respond. Something has ripped her from you and has left something else in her place. You remain stuck between the walls of the tower in a steely cage. Hmm. So there must have been a way out of that. Maybe if I just didn't take the knife. Wait, say nothing. Hold on. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Yeah, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Sure. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Uh-huh. The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
You sound different.
This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart.
Hmm. Question marks.
Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
That doesn't sound good. Hmm. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights. What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am? I'm a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you
Hmm.
are more like me than you are like a person.
That doesn't sound nice.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Hmm. Or maybe that means I'm more than a person. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I mean, we're in a void. Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Hmm. Yeah, so she is a part of whatever this is.
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Hmm.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
So yeah, she has no narrator. Are you, what's that? That doesn't sound like... Hmm.
I
Whatever.
have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay. Do you know the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Yes. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Hmm. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Hmm.
Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Uh, wait, to make you forget. Alright. But how much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Hmm. I don't like that. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let... Okay, I was sent to say the princess stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
That's not exactly how I would think about it, but you're still giving me more information than the narrator did. You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Hmm. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I don't think I could do that either. Alright, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. An open heart or a watchful one, bring the cage to
You're
her.
on a path in the woods, and at
The
the end
reels
of
say the
that
princess
path
starts here.
is a
You'll
cabin,
know it when you see it.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And that'll be it for now. I will see you guys next time on Slay the Princess. Um, it froze. I'm not sure that was supposed to happen. Hmm. Oh well.